Okay, so this is a story I like to call the Guinea Pig Story. This story includes 4 enlightening discoveries and 1 disastrous large-scale guinea pig massacre, as many great stories do. So a few things you should know ahead of time. Guinea pigs aren't from Guinea. They're from the Andes and are commonly used as food in South America and pets in European countries and America. They're not pigs, they're rodents, and they look like this. Now, I was probably in my mid to early teens when these events took place. Here's how I remember it. So my little brother Sean got a guinea pig as a gift from my parents. The pet shop employees told us it was a male and we couldn't tell the difference anyway, and Sean decided to call it Arrowhead. So we had Arrowhead with us for a few weeks when all of a sudden one morning there were 5 guinea pigs. This brings us to discovery number 1. Male guinea pigs have babies. Or more likely, pet shop employees have no idea what they're talking about. So the babies were cute enough, and we grew fond of them pretty quickly. There were one happy and rapidly growing family in that cage when one morning there was 4.2 of them. This brings us to discovery number 2. Guinea pigs are filial cannibals. We discarded the remaining leg, and from that point we started keeping the babies separately from mom or dad, Arrowhead. I don't remember ever naming the remaining 3. I'm sure we did, but it wouldn't have mattered because only a few short weeks later there were 12 babies of varying size. So this brings us to discovery number 3. Guinea pig babies can have babies. Things started to get out of hand, so we had to get rid of some of the babies. We were pretty confident none of them have any time to get funky with their mom Arrowhead, so we kept Arrowhead until the day she passed away a few years later. In the meantime, my younger cousin Brian was gifted with 2 of the guinea pigs at random, and as luck would have it, he received a male and a female pair. So within a few weeks, Brian learned lesson number 3, and 2 became 6. And learned might be a strong word because I don't remember all the specifics, but I do know at some point Brian accidentally found himself running an actual guinea pig farm with several dozen guinea pigs. Now you might think that's too much responsibility for a young man of no more than 13 years old, but Brian actually got a system down. He was able to identify their sex and keep them in separate pens to prevent breeding. They were well fed, they were safe indoors. The one problem is guinea pigs are very messy and have a unique funk. So Brian hatched a brilliant plan that began with building a large outdoor 2-section pen, transferring all the male guinea pigs to one half and all the female guinea pigs to another. Give him a day of fresh air and sunshine while he hosed down the room and the cages and replaced the bedding with clean materials. Now, this was an all-day event, keep in mind. First, think about how hard it is to get a teenager to clean the dishes or their room, and then imagine how much he must have cared for and how much affection he had for the dozens of pets he gingerly carried outside one at a time before laboring all day to scrub and spray down their pens, placing fresh bedding in each one before going to retrieve his beloved friends. I cannot imagine what his face must have looked like, as I wasn't there, when he realized discovery number 4. After finishing his work, Brian went outside and found himself staring at a field of dead guinea pigs. It was like finding the Heaven's Gate cult, guinea pig style. Turns out, lesson number 4, guinea pigs are highly susceptible to heat stroke. So susceptible that there's thousands of blog posts and websites dedicated to warning and avoiding and the treatment of heat stroke and sunstroke symptoms in guinea pigs. Basically, as one of my good friends said after hearing this story, guinea pigs are a useless creature. Well, I guess there's some uses they could fill. So what they did was dig a long trench and essentially pushed all the little guinea pig carcasses into it and then covered them right up there. So at any time my poor little cousin could glance out in his backyard and he would remember everything. My favorite part of the whole thing is that there's at least a chance that a future family might someday stumble across the guinea pig mass grave and try to make sense of it. So that's my story. Looks like I went overtime in my previous video, which means I'll have to fulfill a punishment or a challenge. So if you have a suggestion, leave it in the comments. Also, if you have a hilarious story you'd like to share, please post a video or reply.